White House-backed bill, drafted by the group of senators known as the Gang of Eight, cleared its first procedural vote yesterday, now paving the way for a floor debate about legalizing the nation's 11 million illegal immigrants. Now, watch what left-wing lawmaker Chucky Schumer had to say about what will happen if he has his way on this bill.
We will not leave these 11 million people in immigration limbo forever. Here, we give people the chance to be all they can be through their hard work. We want people here to be serving on juries, serving in the military, and saying to people that they are just as American as anybody else. Illegal immigration will be a thing of the past.
All right, is that true? And why is this story important to you? Number one, allowing illegal immigrants to become citizens. Does it undermine the rule of law? Is it not unfair to those who have entered the country legally? Number two, our borders are broken. And until we fix what is in place, you, the taxpayers, are going to foot the bill here. Number three, if amnesty is granted, it will encourage more illegals to enter this country, and we will be forced to have this debate all over again, and they're not dealing with the border security issue as of now. Here with reaction, author, columnist Ann Coulter. Ms. Coulter, I go to my daily, nightly look at the Drudge Report, and there it is. Coulter, if the GOP is this stupid, they deserve to die. Did you say that?
Yes, that's the headline of my excellent column this week, which I highly recommend everyone read. It's very, I mean, you talk about Chuck Schumer. Well, Chuck Schumer is playing Marco Rubio, the Jack Kevorkian of the Republican Party. If this amnesty bill goes through, and it is amnesty, step one is legalization. Everything after that, all the triggers to citizenship are phony triggers. There doesn't have to be offense. There doesn't have to be E-Verify. There just has to be Department of Homeland Security assuring us that they have a plan.
But no, none of that has been worked out yet. And I interviewed Rubio today knowing you were going to say that, and I specifically asked him. And he said, without the strict border control measures, he said the only thing, it's temporary legal status until the borders are fixed. And then from that point, you become I'm telling you what he said. I'm not fighting for his position.
That's everything.
All right. But I'm telling you what he said.
What you just said is everything. Legalization first. That's the issue. No, we want enforcement first.
Well, it'd be nice.
Once they're legalized, the idea that they will not become citizens is a pipe dream. It's preposterous. I mean, nobody's going to keep them in limbo. The Rubio bill and the Chuck Schumer bill starts with legalization, when what the American people want, though not the employers who want cheap labor, they want enforcement first. This bill has nothing in terms of enforcement. If we were serious about enforcement, just say we're enforcing E-Verify.
Right, let's say, for example,
it's set up.
Let's say, for example, we can bifurcate the bill and control the border first. What would Ann Coulter do with the 11 million people that did not respect our laws and sovereignty and came here illegally?
This is a total fraud and a fig leaf, this idea that American people can't sleep at night because the situation is exactly the same today as it was in 1987. It's been 20 years. No, nothing.
By not answering my question.
You are like a liberal making
teasing.
a silly argument. It's a straw man argument. Nobody cares.
No, hang on. Because
this idea that it's an emergency, it's a crisis, it's preposterous.
Hang on. Here's my. Well, I actually think it's
the same thing will happen.
Hang on a second.
Is happening now.
No, what I'm arguing with you is that if we don't secure our border, we have a major national security problem. So I'm asking you this because the House is talking about bifurcating the two provisions. Control the border.
That would be a disaster.
Control the border, get it totally secure, verified, secure 100%. Then, if that happened, and it's hypothetical, what would you do with the 11 million people
after? Then we have
this
other bill.
All right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, in the abstract, that would be a fine idea. First, we require 100% enforcement of E-Verify. 100%. They could do that now. If the Congress were serious about enforcing the border, they would demand enforcement of E-Verify now. They would build the fence right now. The fence is not some new technology. It's been around since the Middle Ages. But at this point, because the House and these Jack Kevorkians of the Republican Party, like Kelly Ayotte, whom I hope gets a primary opponent, and Marco Rubio, whom I hope gets a primary opponent, opponent, and the rest of them, they're going to pass an amnesty bill. If the House passes anything concerning immigration, and this is very important, Hannity viewers, so pay attention here, the House passes nothing but say enforce E-Verify. It goes into the conference between the two bodies, and it will come out an amnesty bill. At that point, if it is voted on in the House and voted on in the Senate, we have amnesty. The country is over, and the only thing left for people like you and me to do, Sean, is to punish the people who destroyed America.
What do you mean that it's over?
I mean, if amnesty goes through, it's over. You have 11 million instantly legalized. They are allowed to let in all of their distant family members under chain migration. We are talking about another 30 million unskilled immigrants, which is what they are. They will not be paying taxes. I don't know what Rand Paul thinks he's talking about. Only 47 Americans already don't pay taxes. We're not talking about high-skilled workers who would be in a tax bracket to pay taxes. They'll be getting money back. It will bankrupt the country. Moreover, contrary to what your friend Karl Rove says, Hispanics are not natural Republicans. No, that is black Americans who agree with us on the issues but won't vote Republican because Democrats have told them we're racist, lyingly, as corrected in my book Mugged. Hispanics are natural Democrats. More than any other ethnic group, they think capitalism is a bad system. They are the most pro-choice. They are the foreign-born Hispanics, the most anti-Semitic in the country.
Hispanic Catholics?
The most in favor... Yes, the foreign-born, this is according to Pew Research, in their polls, do not believe that the Hispanics are the same as blacks. No, this will be a disaster for the Republican Party. The entire country will become California, and a Republican, maybe they'll have a few good years, but then it'll be over. We'll never win another national election. Thank you, Marco Rubio.
All right, and Coulter, next time, you've been holding back. You got to really let it out. All right, Coulter, good to see you.
I'll be in studio next week.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
So I better be careful if I piss you off. Thanks for being with us. All right, coming up next, we have great news tonight.